Welcome to the show, ladies and gentlemen. I am your host, your girl, the one and only Tiffany E, aka Sexline TV2, and I am here to give you guys all of the tea when it comes to wrestling and maybe a little bit of odds and ends in between there. So why don't you go ahead, go get your snacks, go get your juice, go get you a good drink, a good glass of wine if you can drink it. If you're underage, don't be drinking, okay? Go on and get you some juice or something and sit back and listen as we kiki and holler about wrestling. Because over here, you get a plethora of things when it comes to my show, okay? You get wrestling commentary.
No benefit of the doubt. Dr. Phil say don't do that. Dr. Phil say when somebody show you who they are, and so did Maya Angelou, believe them. Them two hoes are snakes. They been snakes, and them hoes was like that when you got there, and they like that now, so fuck them both. And they did the right thing by letting them headline WrestleMania. They most definitely deserve to headline WrestleMania, and that is how you close a mania.
What else will you get? You'll also get a weekly recap of every single show that WWE has to offer. Monday Night Raw after show, NXT after show, and of course a Friday Night SmackDown after show. You'll also get a recap of all the Big 5 PLEs. I even do the Saudi shows for you. And then, if it's good and worth the time, I may even throw a little AEW in there. But of course, I will do my best to make sure I recap as many PLEs as possible. If I don't have it, then I'll throw it to one of my friends who do know it. We also cover pop culture, and we have really good time over here with lifestyle and just giving advice. So, if you're ready, it's showtime, and that is on the Ancestors, baby. Okay, welcome to the show. Everybody had a better day than I did, but I'm gonna push through. We're gonna get this review done for Monday Night Raw, and I promise it won't take long. I ain't gonna hold y'all too long in here. All right, so top commenters of the day go to Zay. They were in here first. I went live at 11:02. They came right in, and I had at least 5 people in here at the same time. Y'all all came in at the same time. So I'll give all of y'all top commenter of the day. It goes to Zay, Aaliyah, Icy Brazy, Sasha, Kenny, Kayla. Let me see who else came in here. Yeah, so shout out to y'all for being top commenters of the day. If you want a shout out and you want to be top commenter of the day, all you got to do is come in right when I go live and be one of the first 3 people to comment in the comment section, and you will get a top comment of the day shout out. All right. So I did not get to watch the show 100% all the way through. I was exhausted today, and I had something I had to do. So I didn't get to see everything, but I got to see everything past the Battle Royal. So the show kicked off with Sami and Kevin, basically talking about the bloodline and how, now they have to face Roman and Solo for the titles. And Sami made it very clear that he wasn't giving up these titles and that Roman couldn't have them. And that this was going to be a fight to the death. He wasn't going to let him take those championships from him, which by all means, Samuel, do your thing, okay? This also led to the Judgment Day coming out there. Right now, the Judgment Day is your top faction on Raw and in that company, period. And I've been hearing some things on these streets as of lately about the Judgment Day and possibly a new member being added to the Judgment Day. But I'll get to that in a minute. With all that being said, they got into the fisticuffs. Kevin is tired of having conversations. He's tired of talking. Everybody that walk up to them, Kevin immediately wants to fight. He don't want to hear shit. He don't want to negotiate nothing. He don't want to talk to nobody. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. Get out my face if you don't want to fight. Because I'm tired of talking to y'all. I'm sick of it. We had these back and forths. Then you motherfuckers attack us from behind. I'm tired of it. I'm tired of, do you want to fight? Because we can fight. That's pretty much all Kevin got to say. Now, Rhea Ripley is always inserting herself into somebody's business. She is always the main catalyst to antagonizing or baiting a person to hit her in the face. And I don't condone domestic violence or violence against women at all. But another thing that I can't stand is a bitch who provokes, and then when it happens, you shocked. At this point, babes, Rhea Ripley is no longer a lady. And as far as I'm concerned, if she can get up and suplex, body slam, smack, take out dudes twice her size, then she could take a hit from a man. I'm sorry. I don't care about what none of y'all talking about. Y'all can say all the type of shit in the world you want to say. Well, Tiffany, that's wrong. She's a woman. Not when you put your hands on another man, it ain't. No, ma'am. You can't put your hands on him and then expect him not to hit you in the face. A lot of these dudes got a lot of chivalry. They ain't gonna hit her. She knows that. So she baits them on purpose, steps in the way of the fights on purpose. It's been happening for years now. I'm just at the point now where I don't give a damn what they do. If they want to continue to keep fighting and going down this road with the Judgment Day, be my guest. I don't care. I'm just not going to pay attention to it. I'm not going to watch it because it's the same story over and over again. Nothing has changed. Nobody's switching, really changing up the goals except for Damian Priest. Now, I was on Twitter today, and there is a Twitter user by the name of Lovely. If you don't know who Lovely is, go follow her on Twitter because she's really funny and she just really dope. But she had a very good observation. She said Damian Priest is going to be another one of Paul Heyman's pet projects. If that happens, Damian Priest more than likely will be one of the next people to hold a title in that company very, very soon. Even if he doesn't get with Heyman, he more than likely will be champion within the next year or two, depending on which title he gets. Damian Priest will be at the top of the mountain. He's one of the top heels in that company right now. He's highly favored. So here's my point. Eventually, Judgment Day is not going to be what it is right now. There's a tonal change coming to Judgment Day, right? So you saw that JD McDonough attacked Dolph Ziggler during that battle royal because he got eliminated by him. And then you saw Finn Balor overlooking as Kathy Kelly was talking to JD McDonough during his exit, okay, after he beat the hell out of Dolph Ziggler. Now, the rumors have been swirling for a couple of days now that Damian, Finn, Rhea, and Dom are supposed to be gaining a new member into Judgment Day, and JD McDonough is supposed to be that member. Now, everybody thinks that that's going to strengthen the group and make it even more impossible and overtly dominant. They've already all been dominant. The only person who consistently loses in that group is Finn Balor. Everybody else has a clean winning record that they have yet. Like, the only time that Damian Priest lost really was at Backlash against Bad Bunny. He's won consistently just about every match that he's been in, including Dominic. I haven't seen Dominic lose since WrestleMania. Now, if I'm wrong, y'all can correct me in the comments. I really don't care. Rhea Ripley obviously is champion. She ain't lost since Mania. So, like, everybody else has had heavy traction heading into the next phase of this year's wrestling leading up to WrestleMania. They, especially Dominic. I don't understand how or why that's happening, but Dominic has yet to lose any match that he's had, whether it be tag team or singles. He hasn't lost. I'm so confused by that. I don't understand why Dominic is being booked the way that he's being booked. I don't get the booking. But I guess it's not meant for me to get. I don't know. I don't know. Right. I love Rhea, but I'm sick and tired of Rhea always getting involved in men's business all the fucking time. Okay, so here's the deal when it comes to Rhea Ripley, and here's the way it should have went today. When Rhea was down there and Dominic had his match with Xavier, instead of allowing Rhea to disrespect you in the back like Natalya did, Natalya should have came down there and neutralized Rhea Ripley. Now I understand they have to do whatever they want to do, but they're not building much of a feud between Natalya and Rhea at this point. Now I don't know exactly how they plan on doing that, because going into Night of Champions, it seems like they're going to have Asuka and Bianca go at it at Night of Champions. And it seems like Natalya is also going to go at it against Rhea Ripley at Night of Champions. But there's nothing there between the two of them. The only thing that they've had is a stare down. And then tonight, she made it very clear to Natalya to stay out of her way. Now, if I was Natalya, and you get in my face and you tell me that I'm irrelevant and the only reason why you came down there was to keep yourself relevant because you know your old ass is pretty much on the way out and I'm the newest, hottest thing walking around in WWE. I'd have came down there during your match, during Dom's match, and I'd have took your big ass out. It ain't even because I don't want you to succeed or because I'm opposed to the future. It's very simple. You don't like me and disrespected. Well, neither do I. She made it very clear backstage right here. Stay out of my business and stay out of my way. You involve yourself in other people's business. You do it often. So if it were me, I'd be all up in your business every chance I got. I would be all up in your six. You could not get rid of me. Every time you turned around, I would be there. I would torture your big ass. So if Natalya really wanted to make this work, she flexed a little bit with Rhea Ripley because there's no way for them to make this worthwhile with Natalya because Natalya boring as hell to begin with. So now you come out there talking about disrespect. To be fair, what Natalya said was correct. You already are a dominant champion. There was no reason for you to attack Dana after the match was over because you had already proven that you could beat her down at the quickest chance you got. So there was no reason to do that. You did it because it was overkill. And Natalya said it was about respect. Rhea comes behind her and was like, it couldn't have been about Dana. It's not about Dana. It's because nobody's talking about you. No one cares about you. And you wanted to have a little bit of spotlight on you. So you're welcome. That's when I would have slapped the shit out of her ass. I would have slapped that bitch so hard, every piece of the makeup, them gauges, all that shit would have been on the floor. And then I'd have been like, well, I know you felt that slap, so my relevancy must be somewhere, because I just slapped the shit out your ass. Then when Dom came and picked her big ass up off the floor and they went out into the arena to go to the ring, as soon as she interfered in that match, I'd have knocked her ass out. Right then and there. When she came out there with Finn and Damian Priest, I'd have came out there and bust her in the back of her head. I would be on her ass like white on rice. She could never get rid of me. Because this is not something that nobody's interested in. I'm not going to lie. I don't give a damn about Natalya and Rhea Ripley going at each other's throats. I could care less. I don't care. If you're going to make people interested, make it worthwhile. Do something. Natalya got to be the one to be the aggressor here. You can't let Rhea Ripley just take her out like that. Even with her and Zelina Vega's match, Zelina Vega did something. Zelina Vega went out there, was trying to stop her from interfering in LWO's matches. She did something. Natalya just got her ass in the back talking about respect. And you're like, bitch, like, what the fuck we gonna do with that? She be seeing me in the corner of her hotel room, expecting me everywhere. I'm not finna let you disrespect me in my face like that. And then you just stay in the back and don't say nothing. Girl, you crazy. Anyways, y'all. Gunther had his debut on Monday Night Raw. And Gunther basically gave his speech, his spiel about being a dominant intercontinental champion. And now they did a battle royal to determine his next opponent at Night of Champions. That battle royal consisted of pretty much every guy who is in the mid card at this current present moment in the WWE. And well, Mustafa Ali is the one who got the win. Mustafa Ali won the battle royal to be able to go up against Gunther at Night of Champions. Now I see everybody on Twitter, Instagram, everywhere. I see everybody counting this man out. Well, Ali's finna die. He ain't gonna never beat Gunther for that Intercontinental Championship. I don't know if I agree with that. Hey, Donnie. I don't know if I agree with that. I think that very much so. Gunther has a possibility of losing his Intercontinental Championship at Night of Champions. A lot of people are like, well, why would he do that? It's Night of Champions. They're in Saudi. I don't expect anything from WWE, and I don't really sit and be like, this can't happen. This can't, because at this point, everything is possible. Anything and everything is possible at this point. So it is very possible and very likely that Ali could become your next Intercontinental Champion at Saudi. And if I were WWE, I would definitely pull the trigger. And a lot of y'all are going to be crying and whining, but here's the deal. Ali has earned the right to be a champion in some capacity. While Gunther has been champion for a very long time, Gunther, that's what I'm saying, Don. Hold on. Let me see how long. Let's see how long he been champion. So Gunther has been champion for a year. Now, Gunther, he could very well lose to Gunther in Saudi. And it could be a making it so that Gunther could be beating the Honky Tonk Man's record at 454 days. Gunther is now at 336 days for his championship reign. So he's about a day over. Well, he's close to a year. Okay, because 336 haven't gotten close to a year yet. He got to be at 365 for a year. So he's at 336 days. He's almost been champion for a whole year. And I know Triple H is probably going to keep that championship on him, but I could see them giving that title to Ali at Night of Champions, and then possibly coming back and him keeping it for a month and then dropping it. Like the same thing they did for Theory with that United States Championship. They could do it for Gunther too. I'm not saying that that's like 100% the way that it's going to go, but like the Saudi people got to see somebody that look like them persevere over there. And right now, Mansoor is inside in a character that would not resonate well with the Saudi audience. And they have Indus Sher, they have Mustafa Ali. They have people, while they may not be Saudi Arabian, they still have people who resemble them, who look like them, who understand their culture to an extent, and that representation means something. So I wouldn't have a problem with them giving the title to Mustafa Ali, and I feel like a lot of people have counted Mustafa out before he even gets the chance to be able to compete. Now, of course, Gunther is, he brushing it off. He ain't even worried about Mustafa. He's a joke to him. He's not. He like it's Mustafa Ali. Like what is he gonna do? Like what are they serious? That kind of behavior, however, inside kayfabe is what gets you caught up and you end up losing to somebody like Mustafa Ali. And I've seen Triple H pull the trigger on many things that most of us never would have thought would even be an opportunity, would even be the way that he would go. Triple H has done that on many occasions. So it's a catch-22. I think the only way that we'll know or even care to know what was going on is that we have to wait and see it through. Hopefully, I mean, the match itself is going to be worth it. I don't see how it wouldn't be, but it's going to be an interesting thing to watch if you plan on watching Night of Champions. Now, Indus Sher debuted today on Monday Night Raw as well. I see they made Shanga shave his taco meat. Mm-hmm. They had made him go get that wax. Go get that wax, baby. Get that chest wax. Get them tittles together. Because Sanga was hairy as hell. I'm sitting here like, now I know damn well this man had hair on the chest. They made him wax. I said, mm-hmm. Yeah, the beady-eyed fool. Veer beady-eyed ass was in there. Everybody in there. And then you got Jinder who's helping them on the roster kind of be this dominant force. Now they had a tag team match similar to the way Vince McMahon booked similar to the way that Vince McMahon booked Veer when he came to the roster is the way Indus Sher was booked today. It was a showcase of their power and brawn. He said Jinder looking just like he looking, babes. I like Jinder. I think Jinder got something the most. He got some of the best style on the roster, if we being fair. It's simple. He only have a little hint of flair with his style. It's very good. Anyways, right. Don see it. He said, which I'm not mad about. The boys had a match. They dominated these local talent, and that was the end of that. They moved on from there. Now, Liv Morgan is reportedly injured. We don't know the extent of her injury. A lot of people are alluding to the fact that it could be her arm that's injured because last Friday, it looks as if she landed on her arm wrong or she injured her arm in some kind of way. Some people think that it was a head injury. No one knows what the injury is, but Liv Morgan was not on Monday Night Raw today for their scheduled match with Chelsea and Sonya. In fact, Raquel was seen arguing backstage with Chelsea and Sonya, and I guess Adam. And Sonya was demanding that they give up the tag team championships because Liv cannot defend them. And she was demanding that they give those tag team championships to her and Chelsea because they earned them, apparently. Per her former work as a WWE official, that's what she would have done. And Adam just straight up told her that's why you're no longer an official because that sucks. So she was like, right now, Liv is not clear to compete, but Raquel is. So it's going to be Raquel versus Chelsea Green today. Chelsea Green and Raquel came out there and they had a decent match. I have no qualms against Chelsea. I think she performed effectively. She played her part as a heel. So did Sonya. Raquel ended up winning, but Raquel did not escape easily because Ronda Rousey and Shayna Baszler took this bitch out with precision. Ronda came out there and kicked Raquel dead in her side and told Raquel, you weren't supposed to defend those championships. That's why you have them. And she said, well, when Liv gets better or when she finally gets out of her little, her little shell, then we can go over the Night of Champions and you will defend those championships against Shayna and me. Then she grabbed the child by the back of her head, held her so that Shayna could take her out, And then she walked her ass out of there. Them two hoes took that girl out with precision. Now, I saw a lot of people's whole line was very upset. But I knew her ass was coming back. The bitch got drafted to Raw. What did you think was gonna happen? She was just gonna sit there with Shayna? No, she's not. That's not the way that was gonna work. The tag team division for the women is heating up, so it is what it is. You feel me? I need him to grow his facial hair back out because what is this? Sanga and Veer can tag team. Ew, that's nasty. Just Veer and Gender. I like Sanga. I think Sanga's cute. Not Veer looking good. Well, he always does. I ain't gonna lie, but his eyes is beady and sometimes they cross. So that that's not appealing to me. Like I don't want you to look at me and then your eyes cross when you look. Sorry. Cross-eyed. Like who is you looking at? Anyways, Ronda and Shayna have returned to Monday Night Raw. And the girls has placed their sights squarely on Raquel and Liv Morgan. Now, as I mentioned earlier, Finn Balor is sneaking around like a goddamn snake, like a thief in the night, hunting down JD McDonough. Putting JD McDonough in Judgment Day is not going to be a good call. Somebody is going to leave. And I believe the person who will leave is not going to be Dominic. I think it's going to be Damian Priest. Damian Priest. I don't know why, but I just have an inkling. Okay, I just have an inkling. Now we got this little tidbit from Rhea too. Rhea was back there watching the promo that Becky Lynch cut. And a few weeks back, Rhea and Becky had a little interlude where they crossed paths. Now people are allegedly assuming that this could lead to Becky and Rhea battling it out at SmackDown. Well, not at SmackDown, but at SummerSlam for the title. I don't know what title they're gonna be wrestling for because it seems like these next they're gonna keep the champions on the champions that they are, but they have not changed the belts. It's leading me to believe that new titles are going to be introduced for the women's championships as well, which I would hope that's what they're doing because they have not switched those titles backstage. They usually do that within the first week of the championships being the champions being traded. They usually switch those titles out. They did it with New Day and Street Profits. They had a whole thing with with Becky and Charlotte. So it would be smart for them to switch them out now. But it seems like they are not really in a hurry to do that. Okay? Because Damian been on the up and up, but he loses once they get involved. Someone save me from this heat. I told y'all they ain't done melted them titles. I can't with you. Can someone Venmo me some AC? Just like electronically send me some cooling. Baby, listen. It's hot in my house. I don't know what's going on, but heat rises. And as long as you're upstairs in my house, it turns into a fucking sauna in here. It is so hot, it bakes. When the air conditioner is on, my father is anemic, so he can't have the air blowing like that on a consistent basis. But it was so fucking hot in here today. Oh, it was so hot in here today. And it was only like 60, 70 degrees outside today. But it was boiling in this house today. You're going to have to get you you're going to have to break down and get you one of them small air conditioners. Either get you a window unit or get the one that sits in the room and pulls the air and pushes it back out as ice cold air. They are all over Amazon. You can get one and it'll cool your room down. Just keep your door closed and it'll be like a freezer in there. I wouldn't get a window unit because
You have to put it in the window, then you got to put plastic up to the window to protect it from that air from going out and to keep bugs out your room. Okay. But you can get yourself a nice in-room unit that literally sits on the floor and pulls the air in. Now, Trish Stratus was not at Raw today, but Beckler was. Becky had a pretty damn good promo. I ain't gonna lie. That girl said, "I'm it, and that's that." You mad because I'm the girl? She said, "Well, if you want it, you can come get it. Come on, bring your ass, bitch." I was like, "Girl, you better talk your shit. Talk your cash shit. Talk your cash shit, honey. Talk it. Or at least get you a fan to get some kind of air going. Yeah, you need something." Well, it looks like your fashion sense is biting you in the booty. What? And my comforter and pillowcases are crushed velvet. What? Who buys crushed velvet comforter and pillowcases?
Somebody trying to die. You exhausted.
What are you, a vampire? What the fuck is wrong with you, Rico? I can't get it in the window because I'd have to pop the screen out. Well, yes, Rico. That's how it works with a window unit. You have to pop the screen out, put the window unit in, and then you take plastic and tape it around the open parts of the window, babe.
Most window units have a little piece that you can pull out.
No, we're talking about North Carolina. Okay?
No, I'm just saying the AC. Some of the ACs have like the
You don't got that. You got built-in screens on the AC units, but that's not what I'm talking about. That's not going to keep bugs from coming in his room. And it's also not going to keep that room air sealed so that the air isn't going out the room. It'll cause the air conditioner to work harder than it needs to. That's what I'm saying, Don. Hey, he said he got beans for brains. He said, "Cause this heat made me not sleep." And no, what's making you not sleep is that fucking crushed velvet bed sheet and pillow. Who the fuck sleeps under? Who sleeps on crushed velvet pillowcases and a damn? I'm so. Let me go back to Becky, cause that don't make no sense. Sitting up here, literally, is Dracula laying in the bed in crushed velvet.
About to die for me.
I don't get it. I don't get it. Anyways, Becky cut her speech. She got pissed when she said that child called her baby stupid. She didn't like that shit. I don't blame her. She said, "You don't woke a fire in me that ain't been lit in a very long time." But she said, "At Night of Champions, I'm going to make sure you understand. And one thing that you ain't going to do is disrespect me and my family." I said, "You right on. Right on. Whoop her ass. Whoop her ass." The villain known as Trish Stratus. Whoop her ass. Yeah, get her. Get her together.
Wow, it is, bitch.
Right. Oh, death becomes her ass, bitch. Won't play that bullshit. We got strong necks in our family. Now, Shinsuke had a match with Miz today, and Shinsuke won that match.
Yeah, he did.
Okay, Shinsuke won because I didn't get to see that match. I heard it in my sleep, but I did not get to see it. And then Cody ass came out there and cut a promo on Brock Lesnar. He real proud of the fact that he busted that man in the forehead and busted his eye up and had his nose still running red. He real proud of that. He said,
"Better get that assistant turnbuckle because that's what did it."
Okay. He gonna get his ass whooped that Night of Champions, though. I can't. I'm not gonna be able to defend that. There's a lot of things about Brock Lesnar that I think is overrated. But one thing that I will say is when he's plugged in, when Brock Lesnar is plugged in, He is very, very dangerous.
Better get ready to get your suplex counter started.
Right, because it's just gonna be a complete and utter domination on Cody if Cody don't get the drop on Lesnar first. This ain't gonna be no street fight situation. In a traditional match, the upper hand is going to go to Brock Lesnar. So, in order for Cody to make sure that Lesnar understands that he is not one to be played with either, he's gonna have to employ some tactics to, first of all, stop his speed and take his power away from him. So that's no top of the rope jumpings. You give him the advantage when you jumping off the top rope. Stay low. Even though Brock Lesnar is a grappler and just a bona fide traditional wrestler by trade, take out his knees. His legs are his weakest link. Take him out by the knees and keep him down. Don't let him get the drop on you, because once he does, he's relentless. And at this point, you've already embarrassed him in Puerto Rico. So he is going to have a severe vendetta against you. It's just going to be pure chaos. Hold on a second. My phone was overheating. Hold on, y'all. I gotta close all these apps out. Turn this down too. I mean, it's super hot. Yeah. Okay. So let me go to y'all comments over here. He said you need light coverings for the hot seasons. He said, I said only the comforter and pillowcases was. Well, where the comforter at? It's still on the bed. Pillowcases too. Okay, girl. Mm-hmm. You know he doesn't know better. I'm tired of that excuse. Rico know better. He choosing to do what he doing. So his ass is gonna suffer. Your ass want to crush red velvet, crushed velvet pillowcases and motherfucking comforters. Fine. You're gonna sweat to death in the summer because that don't make no goddamn sense. It was stupid. It was stupid. Get you some regular cotton goddamn sheets. Go on Amazon and get you some sheets. Fat Kid Deals got deals on sheets for days. Okay? Ain't no damn, that don't make no damn sense. That don't make no damn sense. So what? You ain't supposed to sleep on it. Shit, take it off. Take it off. You be sitting up there sweating. You don't fuck it up because you sweating on it. It's supposed to be for decoration. You ain't supposed to lay on it. Who the hell lays on crushed velvet? What the fuck? I don't care if it's purple, red, blue, yellow. I don't give a damn. It's hot. He said she's just mad because Trish is a truther. Girl, fuck that bitch. Fuck her. Shit. All I'm reading is that right. Is that I'm right. Hell no. Also, the lower stomach area for Brock, but that's for when you're super desperate, period. Yeah, because he done had that situation with his. I won't do that. Now I won't go for that point because he had to have them surgery and they had to remove his intestines and stuff. Gerard told me that. I didn't know that. I would not do that. I would definitely go for his legs though, because his legs are very, very weak. You're supposed to have 2 sets. You're supposed to have one used for the winter, one used for the summer. You should have a lighter comforter, sheet, and pillowcase set for your bed. You shouldn't be laying underneath no crushed velvet 365. That don't make no damn sense. At least have a throw or cover sheet, right? And I've been looking for another bedding set since it's heating up. That don't make no damn sense. Not this, this may seem personal, but do you sleep fully clothed? No, just a t-shirt and my underwear. At this point, I'm surprised you don't wake up in a pool of sweat. Now, this match was set. Damian Priest is real caked up in this damn render. But this match was set for the main event, and it happened. So it took 2 interferences from Rhea Ripley and Dominic and Imperium for Damian and Finn to beat Kevin and Sami. Kevin and Sami had Damian and Finn beat at least twice. But because Damian and Finn had Imperium had talked to talked to Paul Heyman. Heyman was sent down there to cause discord for Kevin and Sami. So it seemed like even though Kevin and Sami have left SmackDown, Roman is still trying to maintain order and get back the control that he lost. Now, Friday, Kevin and Sami will be going to SmackDown because they're gonna go face to face with Roman. Now, here's the thing. This story has been going on for almost a year. Kevin been fighting Roman Reigns for 3 years. Kevin has been involved with Roman Reigns off and on for 3 fucking years. Kevin wins the championships. He beat the Usos 3 times. Once at Mania, once on Raw, I think, and once on SmackDown. They beat them. Now at Backlash, they lost. Solo was able to come in and get the win. Instead of them focusing on maintaining their control on SmackDown, they're upset that the Usos lost the titles. They bitch out the Usos, and the Usos obviously are reeling, and they're upset. Instead of them going at Roman, because Roman is able to maintain his footing in the WWE because of them. And yet everybody is ignoring the fact that while, yes, Solo stepped up, it takes all of them in order for you to step up. It takes everybody in order for you to maintain your footing at the top of the mountain for WWE. You need all of them. Nobody has said anything. Everybody's allowing this man to beat them down verbally, physically, and emotionally. He's manipulative and narcissistic, and everybody's just standing there. What do you want me to do? He's my cousin. What I want is for you to be a man. What I want is for you to tell the truth. Don't let this man disrespect you like that. If y'all are out there and y'all are telling him, we did the best we could, and he's saying that's not enough, and I would then rebuff with, well, what's your best? Well, I'm still champion. Why is that? Because if I recall, during WrestleMania, it took me, my brothers, and Paul Heyman to keep you as champion. You almost lost your championship at least 4 times in that match with Cody. You were not dominant. You was getting your ass whooped at WrestleMania. In every match where you are even killed, where you are matched, you tend to always have some type of security deposit in the back. You did it with Brock. Brock had you beat multiple times. In the last man standing match, he had your ass. There was not a doubt in anybody's mind that it was more than possible that Brock Lesnar could get that championship back. And what did you do? You went and had your cousins come out there to protect you. Paul Heyman as well. Everybody. Sami was sacrificing shit for you. But you're not calling it like you see it. Because at the end of the day, you get to remain champion, and that's all that matters. But your cousins was left alone to their own devices. They had to win that match without your help, your assistance. Now you mad at them because they dedicated a match to you. Now you calling them out, talking about why would you do that knowing you was going to lose? Well, why do you bring your ass out there and tell everybody that you're the most dominant champion in the last 3 years, but you keep adding and getting help every chance you get? Every time you get into a match with somebody, you're confident because you know you have the backup to maintain where you are. But we're not talking about that, are we? And your cousins is too pussy whipped to tell you the damn truth. The reality is, without the Usos and without Solo, you are not unbeatable. You are not unstoppable. You need them to keep yourself on the top. But now you've gotten to a point where you feel like Solo is the only person who's going to be able to maintain your legacy at the top of the mountain. So you're getting ready to cast the Usos to the side. This match at Night of Champions. This match right here. Roman Reigns does not need those tag team titles. If he gets those tag team titles from Kevin and Sami, I'm telling you right now, I quit. I won't be able to deal with that. There's so much that you can do with this and so many ways that this can go. I just don't want to see him with those titles. Now, it's very possible that this match could end on a disqualification, which I believe is where they're going to do it because they don't want Roman to have no losing record, right? But he's already lost in tag team competition with Sami Zayn. Now, if Solo ends up eating the pin at Night of Champions while Roman leaves Solo in the ring, because he's been known to do shit like that, known to leave a partner in the ring, that's more than likely the way that will happen. Then we'll have another fucking town hall meeting where he's out there berating and disrespecting his younger cousin. We're going to see how that all plays out. But with all that being said, I can tell you with all the love of my heart that I am not looking forward to this match. I just genuinely don't care. I'm not trying to be disrespectful to Kevin and Sami because I'm happy that they're at the top of the mountain. I'm happy that they're having a time for themselves. But at this point, it's just we just beating a dead horse. Like I'm just tired. He said, okay, face tune the fuck out of him. Yeah. He's very caked up on that picture. I'm out here like, where are the wrinkles? Ooh. First of all, my man ain't got no wrinkles, baby. Damian Priest do have wrinkles. He definitely got crow's feet. He definitely do. So you're willing to ignore those crow's feet. He do got crow's feet. I doubt he and Solo getting them belts. I don't think he getting them either. I just like I said before, WWE do so many things that at this point I'm just like, it's possible. Just about anything is possible at this point. So I'm just like, if that happens, then I quit. I can't in good conscience watch it. I just be exhausted. It's like, yes, he do got wrinkles. He definitely do. He got him though, Donnie. What is you? It don't matter if they don't matter. He got him. That's all that matters. The man got crow's feet, baby. Ain't nothing wrong with that. It is what it is. But they had him real caked up. Now, like I said earlier, they plan on adding JD McDonough
to Judgment Day. It seems like Finn is getting ready to start actively seeking out McDonough to add him into the group. Once McDonough is added to this group, one of two people will leave. I don't think that Dominic will stay in the group. If that's the case, or he'll become jealous of JD McDonough, or Damian Priest is going to be the one to leave, because Damian is the one who I believe can benefit from being with Paul Heyman and having that residual effect of Paul Heyman and being a Paul Heyman guy. All right. So next week, Trish Stratus and Becky Lynch will be in the same building. They're going to have a contract signing next week. There's supposed to be another match that's scheduled for next week as well. Oh, okay. There's a 6-man tag team match between the tag team champions and a mystery opponent. They are supposed to be going up against Imperium as a collective. Now, more than likely, they're probably going to pick Mustafa Ali. But for it to be a mystery opponent, I think it might be somebody, somebody of substance. No shade to Mustafa, because he is a stuffed substance, but that wouldn't be a surprise to me to have Mustafa as their partner. That's the logical person, in my opinion, is to pick Mustafa. But I'm going to venture out and say they're going to pick somebody else. Now, next week, Candice is going to go up against Zoe Starks because for whatever reason, she was back there trying to talk to Nikki, which I don't understand. It's like, bitch, she doesn't want to talk to you. Very clearly, the bitch is ignoring you, which most people would do. So I'm like, why are you talking to her and calling her a freak like that? I'm like, girl, get your dry-lipped ass out of here. People with dry lips, I feel like people with dry lips breath stink. When you in my face and your breath stink like that, like, I dead ass am gonna knock you the fuck out. If you know your breath stink and you getting close to me on purpose and your lips is dry like that, I'm taking your ass to the night water. I'm not lying. Like, you going down. Because it's disrespectful. You mad disrespectful. You know your fucking breath stink. Your ass been running around here eating hummus and onion dip and shit, and you in my motherfucking face? If you don't get your dry-lipped, halitosis breath having ass the fuck out of here, you walk around here with your one arm out in your damn jacket. Why you ain't got 2 arms on your jacket? Why you got a vest in a jacket? Who told you that was fashionable? Who said that? It's like you a cross between a motorcycle club's girlfriend, a butch lesbian, and a country western bar frequenter. You know, the kind with the real tight pants and the country boots, and they be in there line dancing. That's her style. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Oh, God. She got lips. Oh, my God. No lips, no ass, but she definitely got guns. I hated that jacket the second I saw it. I was like, no. If it had sleeves, I feel like the duo color for it is pretty cool. I like the fact that she got duo colors, but I don't understand why you got a vest on one side and you got a jacket, full-on jacket sleeve on the other. Like, I just find that to be so unnerving. It's so weird to me. And it's like, how you gonna be a bully? How you gonna be a bully when you confused every time you get up and get dressed? Like, I'm like, girl, you didn't even know what you wanted to put on this morning. You was like, you know what? I think I want to wear both. So I'm just gonna modify this. Yeah, take the sleeve off. Yeah, so I can wear a vest on this side and a jacket on this one. Amazing. Like, girl, there is no fucking way. First of all, I don't give a fuck if it's a script or not. The moment you call me a freak, that's your motherfucking ass. Okay? Back the fuck up off me. Nikki real nice, because I'd have decked her in her shit right while she was sitting there talking about, hello, freak. As soon as the word freak came out of her mouth, her ass has been on the floor looking for her teeth. Then she won't have to worry about putting no damn Carmex on her lips because she would be nice and red with that good crimson blood red right there. I'll tear your ass a new one. Stupid bitch. Get on my damn nerves. Swinner. Like they had on Phineas and Ferb. Zoe is a mess. I don't understand it. Like it got stitched together and she was like, yep, right? I was just like, no. The girls that get it, get it. At least Swinner was fun. And the girls that don't end up looking like Zoe. Like next time I should be out here biting bitches. I agree. I'd have bit the shit out of her ass. But anyways, we get Candace came and stuck up for her. And then she was talking about her, Zoe was talking about Candace's family. See, this is what I be talking about. There's a certain level that I just won't go to. And I can understand that he'll doing what they do. But see, I don't like the fact that when the faces hear the shit that they hear, they don't react and respond the way that they should. In a normal situation, which wrestling is supposed to be a heightened version of that, right? In a normal situation, if somebody just came up to you and called you a freak out of nowhere, you telling me you just gonna sit there? You just gonna sit there and be like, hell no, you gonna whoop their ass. Or you at least gonna be cussing them the fuck out. If a bitch walk up to you and be like, where's your little family? Bitch, don't worry about that. Mind your motherfucking business, hoe. Before you get choked out here. Shit. You better stop fucking playing with me. You better stop playing with me. Before you get hurt. That's because I'm a face don't mean I have to be, oh, well, you shouldn't do that. No, because fuck that. Fuck all of that. I don't want to hear that shit. No, fuck you and that. I don't want to be nice. Because I don't have to. I'm defending myself. If you all here trying to start some bullshit, I'm going to be on your ass. I'm going to be right there with you on the bullshit. What? Say hi? What? Oh, okay. Okay. You better watch yourself before you get hurt. I'm not fucking playing with you. He said, snap the fingers in there. But bam. Bite that heifer. When she used to bite people, people used to take her serious. I think Nikki is just trying to I think Nikki just bided her time until they give her purpose as well. I think Nikki has a purpose. I think eventually, very soon, we will see Nikki's purpose. Anyway, the boys lost because of Imperium. And that was that. So, I don't know why AJ Styles wasn't on Raw today. But Seth wasn't on Raw either. He had an interview today. And Seth basically was talking to Corey. And Seth said some real shit. He said, it's time to have a champion who's willing to take risks. And I don't think that the people who are currently at the top are willing to take risks. They're only willing to protect what they already have. They're only protecting their status. That's all they're trying to do. We need a fighting champion. And it's time to be that change. And the WWE Universe have willed me into being that change. They talked about how he has changed his persona throughout time. They chronicled it. And he said, if I did not hit Roman with that chair some years ago, where would Roman be right now? It's a very good question. Would Roman Reigns be the Roman Reigns that he is today without that level of betrayal from Seth freaking Rollins? The world will never know. There is something that I do want to say that I told AJ today. There is a way to make this work for this universe, for this World Heavyweight Championship, And I think, and the only reason why I don't want to do, because it's a little complicated. So I wanted Seth to beat Roman a long time ago. And I was thinking about it today, and because there's so many moving parts with Seth Rollins beating Roman Reigns and going over to SmackDown, his wife would have to follow with him. Then Bianca would probably end up being traded back to Raw, and then you would have and then you have a situation with Rhea. Like, it's a whole thing that would have to move and shift to make certain things work so that Seth could be champion, Becky could be on SmackDown, Bianca would be back on Raw, and then you probably have to move drop Rhea would have to drop the title or something to make everything work and move like it's supposed to. You would have to shift a lot of what's around in the WWE in order for certain people to go where they would need to go in terms the way I was envisioning it. I don't mind AJ Styles winning the World Heavyweight Championship. I get where Nicole is coming from. If you haven't listened to the podcast, you should go back and listen to it because she did call it. Like, she was adamant that AJ Styles needed to be the one to go to the finals and be able to win that championship. So shout out to Nicole. But she was right, which she usually is. Like 96% of the time, Nicole is on it. She has, I don't know what it is, but she has some type of inkling, and usually whenever that child manifests, it comes to fruition. Almost to the letter of how she describes it, it comes to fruition, like every single time. So I get where she's coming from with AJ being champion because she feels like Seth doesn't need it. And to her credit, she's right. I feel like if they're gonna do what they're doing, then it would have to lead to Gunther being champion at some point, which is more than likely very possible. Gunther doesn't have a problem with wrestling. And that's the thing that I prefer. That's why I would prefer Gunther being champion on Monday Night Raw than having somebody like Roman being champion, because Gunther is not afraid to wrestle. In fact, he enjoys it. He relishes in it. You'll see Gunther wrestle more than you'll see Roman on any given day. And while some of that has to lend to Roman's health at the time, and maybe didn't want to overexert him, which I totally get and understand, it's the way that he's booked and the way that they go about it. To me, that's a little bit more grandiosity, and I don't like it. I don't have a problem with AJ Styles winning the title at Night of Champions, keeping it all the way out to Royal Rumble, and then dropping it. I think that at Rumble is when he should drop it, or at Elimination Chamber. By Elimination Chamber, AJ Styles should not be champion. Going into Mania, somebody else should be champion. It's no shade to AJ. I love AJ Styles. I think he's great. But if that's how they're gonna do it, that's the way that I see it. Going into Mania, somebody else should be champion. Seth should be either competing for the title then, or heading into that, something along those lines. So I was thinking about it, and it didn't cross my mind that Becky would have to move with Seth Rollins as well. But me personally, I always felt like Becky should go to SmackDown because I just thought that Becky could be a nice leadership over there. I felt like Charlotte should have been sent to Raw. She needs to go over there, but I imagine that Fox wanted to keep her over there. But there was another thing that kind of disturbed me that I wanted to talk about today, because before I get off of here, Hold on, y'all. Hold tight. Because they had Fox. Fox's upfront came out today, and yeah, WWE was not a part of that, but it was just their fall schedule was released today. All the upfronts came out today, and WWE was not a part of it. Yeah, they haven't announced the full schedule yet. Ooh, the Shy production shut down after they started picking it. This WGA strike, ooh, it's costing them $30 million a day. Bitch, that is expensive. AJ should win so Cody can go to SmackDown. Seth and Becky can stay on Raw. That was my original plan. My original plan was to trade out AJ Styles for Cody, which would lead to Cody being able to go up against Roman again, possibly at SummerSlam or any other given point. He can go up against Roman again. So because that's what Nicole was saying on the podcast, and that's how we all came to the agreement that that would be the best way. My scenario was with Edge being the one to do it because I felt like Edge was going to be the one. This was going to be his last hoorah. He's going to go over to Raw through this championship, and then they could just trade Cody back. That's what I said. Nicole wanted AJ to be the one to go to Raw, and then they trade Cody in turn for that. So we had the same setup. We just chose different people to go to Raw. But it had the same outcome. You know? All right. So there's one more thing I want to talk about before I get off of here. So there's a report going around about Randy Orton. And what I don't like is misleading information. So let me make something very clear. When you click on the titles where it says Randy Orton is being told he has to retire, it's official, he has to retire. Read the article. Don't just share the clickbait. Read the article. The article does not say, none of these articles say that Randy Orton has been told by doctors that he needs to retire. What the article says is that Bob Orton, not the saggy face bitch. Oh my god, that shit is funny. Hell no. What it says is Bob Orton thinks the doctors told Randy not to wrestle anymore. And then he goes on to say, but Randy's going to do what Randy wants to do. He said he's been working out. He says he looks great. He's happy and he's healthy. But he's not sure if and when he'll return to the ring. That's the truth. Okay? That's the truth. So I want to make sure that everybody understands that you have to read, because I'm getting sent these articles like it's been reported that Randy has to retire. That's not true. That's a lie. That's a false narrative. There haven't been any reports saying that he has to retire or anything, or that he's being forced to retire. There's no reports that say that. If you don't read the articles, you will become a part of the reason why misinformation is shared and why we're constantly having to go through this narrative of weeding out information so we can get to the truth.
read the fucking articles first. And if you are one of those wrestling pages who are spreading misinformation, you should stop doing that, because all you're trying to do is get clicks on your page, which works out great for you, but you make it hard for people to understand what's the truth and what's fiction. So I highly recommend that you report the truth and not report what's going to get people to come to your page. Okay? All right. One more thing. Oh, I miss Jackie Chan Adventures. That was my shit. Final thing, John Cena was on Busted Open Radio, and he said, I wish I was still there in WWE every day, but my body can't do it anymore, and I don't want to give the consumer, a bad product. All I know is pain. Okay, so they were on Busted Open Radio, and I guess they were talking to John Cena about him, staying with WWE because that's his first love. Y'all know John Cena is enamored with wrestling. That's where he resides. That's where he lives. He only does one match a year, and I mean, he knew when to get out, which was smart. He got out early, early enough to the point where he was able to maintain a decent physique. He's allowed to be able to do a lot of high profile movies and work in the Hollywood industry and be able to do some fun stuff as well as do some action packed shit like Fast 10 that's getting ready to come out, which is it's just fucking ridiculous, the amount of people that's in that movie, the insane stunts and shit that they got going on in that fucking movie. Like, that franchise is just getting ridiculous. At this point, there's nothing else you can do. Like, there's nowhere else for you to go at this point, bro. He said good because he gonna try to cater to the kids again. I don't really think John Cena even cared about that. I think he just wanted to be in the ring. That's just something that he wanted to do. He loved it, and it's been a part of his life for majority of his adulthood. So for him to not be able to do that anymore, I know he had to make his peace with that and move forward. But it was interesting that he, had made it clear that was he's not going to be full-time coming back to wrestle at any time soon. Or at all, because he just can't physically do it anymore, which very good. There's a lesson in here with all of y'all that want to be wrestlers, with all of y'all that are wrestlers, with all of y'all that are wrestlers, professional wrestlers now, and you may be coming across my channel at some point. I highly recommend that when it's time for you to get out, that you get out, because you don't want to be like Jake the Snake where you can't even pay for surgery. You don't want to be like, where you can't even pay for basic medical bills, or like Abdullah the Butcher where you have to beg for help from fans because you can't even maintain yourself now. Like, it's rough out here right now. While y'all are in the WWE, in AEW, on the indies, and you're making decent money, you need to be setting yourself up so you can have something in the future where you can make substantial money. Seth Rollins did it. Tyler Breeze did it. You know what I'm saying? These people are now able to be in a position where you can utilize social media to market yourself, but also so that you can maintain your livelihood after wrestling is over with. So that kind of money that you're pulling in, where you're making $100,000 here, $100,000 there, you need to find something that's lucrative for you that you can make money, and it ain't even gonna be that hard. Or just buy a business that's already established and keep it rolling. Hire the right people to keep it going. Them coffee shops is a big thing. A lot of wrestlers have coffee shops. Sonya and Mandy still got their donut situation. A lot of them girls be endorsing Fashion Nova. They did a Pretty Little Things endorsement a while back with WWE. WWE understood that the talent has a reach that the company itself doesn't has. It's a person to fan type of reach. They can get more sales and they can generate more influence than the WWE as a conglomerate. So now they work with the companies directly to take the girls and the guys to various places, like they did with the Pretty Little Things collab. They took all of the women and they all went in there. Even Shayna was in there. And I don't even think Pretty Little Things is Shayna's thing. Okay. But she was in there. All the girls went in there. They was trying on clothes. They tried on outfits. They got some stuff. Maurice got a skincare line. Nikki and Brie Bella, while like I have said it many times, they have capitalized on what they know they could do, and they did this stuff while they were in WWE. So as they left, they had a multiple streams of income to be able to maintain their lifestyle outside of that WWE check. So they have their wines, they have their clothing lines, they have so many things they can dip their hands into, along with their podcast, and that has sponsors because they have such a massive following. You got Carmella. Carmella's got her wine line. You have Rhonda does outside of WWE and everything. Rhonda's got Browsy Acres, where she sells her meat that she has on the ranch. You have Liv Morgan got a ranch too. Like they all have their own things that they're going and doing and really maintaining themselves. And one thing Charlotte asked me to do, she needs to jump on this fitness shit, because what she did for Nia Jax is something crazy. Okay? Like Nia Jax body transformation is ridiculous. Okay? I don't know what the fuck she gave Charlotte, but shit, I don't know what Charlotte gave her, but give me some of it. Give me some of it, bitch. I know I'm gonna have to work every day. Work out every day for an hour and eat boiled fish and bread. Boiled fish and vegetables. I can't have no cheese, no dairy. No, yep, Bianca, and then Bianca got the Fenty deal. Bianca's working with Fenty. Bianca's probably, did she have a shoe that she designed with somebody? When Sasha was there, Sasha had a Fila shoe deal. The New Day had a Fila shoe deal. It's so much stuff that people that they're doing and that they can do. Y'all just got to be smart. And I think John Cena was really smart. John Cena left. Yes, she did. John Cena left when he knew that it was time. He left at a good time. It was right when the WWE was going through the swing of changes. But he wasn't needed to maintain things. He handed the reins to AJ Styles and then he left. And that's the way you're supposed to do it. You're supposed to leave that company or leave the place better than it was when you got there. And he did the best he could to find the next man to keep that company where it needed to go, or at least take it where it needed to go. AJ Styles was the one who ushered in that indie darling era. So it is what it is, you know? If it's good music. But if it's trash like Sasha's music, then no, it's not. It's not a good investment. It's not good. All right. Sir, I'm going to go. By the way, I hope everybody had a happy Mother's Day. I made my mom baked ziti because she loves baked ziti, so that's what she had for Mother's Day. I made homemade garlic bread for her. Everybody seemed to enjoy it and really like it. It's got good flavor. They really loved it. I gave my mom 3 gifts. She got this really pretty teacup that I bought for her. She had this red bag that she really wanted, and I got her some new perfume that those Arabian perfumes are bomb, and all you smelly bitches is buying them up. I'm mad at y'all. So, all you stanky hoes
keep buying up all the damn Arabian perfumes. Like, y'all getting on my nerves. I mean, you can get a few hundreds off of it if it's good music. If it's good music, yeah. Oh, that smells so good when it lightens up. Oh my God. Anyways, so I gave my mom all her gifts. She was very happy. We played blank slate, like I be playing with y'all. We played blank slate with my mom and my brother and my husband. So we had a good day. He said, "Child, if it's trash, somebody gonna like it. I ain't gonna put my good money into no trash ass music, boy. Fuck you. Fuck you and your music. I'm not paying you shit. I'm not putting the bill for nothing." So Tuesday, tomorrow is going to be the rest of the tournament for the NXT Women's Championship Tournament. We got Fallon going up against Cora, Roxanne going up against JC Jane. Now, I don't know how that's going to work out. This is an interesting setup, but I'm curious as to how it's going to play out for the girls leading into Battleground. And okay, I said that he had multiple businesses. I wasn't trying to run down everybody's businesses. I was just saying that they all have outside ventures that make them money. I'm aware of everything that he has. I know that. I'm not trying to run it down. I'm just saying they have ventures outside of the WWE that they're able to maintain themselves without WWE. They don't need that check. Don said, "I'm making a rap album, but I'm gonna have ghostwriters." Very good, because Lil Bow Wow's ghostwriter for a very long time was Jaquan. A lot of people don't know that, but Jaquan was Bow Wow's ghostwriter for a minute. Cause Bow Wow ain't write no fucking music. Anyways. So tomorrow there's gonna be a lot going on NXT. Okay, that's fine. There's gonna be a lot going on NXT, so we're gonna have to wait and see how all that's gonna play out. It's gonna be interesting. NXT is trying to set up Battleground, and there's a lot going on. Joe Gacy's going after Wesley now. Tyler Bate is trying to pretend like he's not going after Wesley, but he definitely is. He is a problem. But now you got Joe Gacy's crazy ass going after him. And of course, you got the Dyad getting ready to wrestle. And they're only wrestling in NXT all the way up to like October. And then they're going to be gone, shopping new ways and going new places. And more than likely, they're going to show up in AEW. I hope that works out for them in the end, if we're being honest. While I feel for GYV, I understand why they're leaving. I understand why they feel like they're being pigeonholed. They're stuck. They want to have opportunities and they're not getting them. I personally wouldn't go to AEW because I would feel like the world there is so saturated and there's no way for you to gain traction unless like they put the machine behind you and put you on TV every single week. And there's no guarantee of that. So even with the new Saturday show, AEW Collision coming up, like they took Dark and Elevation away. So there's no more Dark, there's no more Elevation. Everything is being fielded into AEW Collision, which comes on Saturdays on TNT or TBS. I can't remember. I think it's TBS. I don't know when that's going to start, but they are starting to do that. We talked about that on the podcast as well. So it's going to be some interesting things happening in the wrestling world over the next couple of months. Y'all just keep on watching. Night of Champions is May 27th. And it's going to start at 1 p.m. in the afternoon because it's going to be 8 o'clock their time over there in Saudi.
All right. The matches that are set in stone for now are Roman's match with the tag team champions and his cousin Solo. And then you got Cody and Brock's match, which was set weeks ago, right after Backlash. They set this match that following Monday afterwards. Now, we also are going to get more than likely the next set of matches we're going to I forgot. Tonight we got the setup for Mustafa Ali and Gunther to have it out at Night of Champions as well. So that's a match that's already set for Night of Champions. More than likely, they're going to go with Natalya going up against Rhea at Night of Champions and Bianca going up against Asuka at Night of Champions. I don't know if they're going to have Theory go over to Saudi. I mean, it's a 2-hour. Usually the Saudi show be like 2, maybe 3 hours. So they're going to have to fill that thing up with something. And they've only got 2 weeks left and they haven't announced anything other than these 3 matches. Trish and Lita's match is happening over there. So Rhea may not go. I don't know. I don't think Rhea's going to go. They may have Rhea and Natalya fight it out at Money in the Bank. So if they have Asuka and Bianca go over there and then have Becky and Trish go over there, they already have, their Discord. They already have their back and forth set up for the women's, main events. Then you've got the Night of Champions match with Seth Rollins and AJ Styles, which is set. To go back to Seth Rollins' interview with Corey to close out this show here, Corey asked Seth about Roman Reigns and how he felt about his title reign. This is going to be a setup for next week for Seth Rollins to continue this interview with Corey. They're going to, they teased us and was like, next week we're going to finish this out. So next week it'll let us know how Seth truly feels about Roman's reign and, no pun intended, about his reign and how he feels about him as a whole or whatever the case may be. I think that this is interesting. It's a nice little setup. I'm curious as to where they're going with this because I would imagine the focus would be on Seth Rollins going up against AJ Styles rather than worrying about Roman Reigns. He's not an issue. So that's it's a little interesting to me. And I'm kind of, my mind's wondering a little bit because Triple H is a little crafty bastard. So I'm like, I gotta watch you. But anyways, we'll see. Wrestling is fun for the last couple of weeks, ever since WrestleMania. And let's put it after that Monday after Mania, things have been rolling. There has been pure consistency. Nobody has been doing anything weird. The draft happened. We're set in stone. Everything is shaking up. We're seeing the women competing. Those tag team titles are being competed for and defended. You got to respect that. Ronda showed up tonight, which more than likely means they will. And oh shit, Ronda and Raquel, Liv, and Sonya are all going to Night of Champions as well to compete for those tag team titles. So we got a lot of shit going on at Night of Champions. I forgot all about that. But anyways, these shows have been shaken up. Things are moving into place. And very soon we need to start focusing on Money in the Bank. This year is going by pretty fast because Night of Champions was pretty far away the last time I looked at it. And now here we are 2 weeks out. And then very soon we'll be a couple weeks out from Money in the Bank. Money in the Bank is July 1st. So I don't know if they're going to have a pay-per-view in between now at Night of Champions and July 1st. More than likely, if I were them, I would set King and Queen of the Ring to be in July, but a good break for them from PLEs wouldn't hurt nobody. But I would put, if I could, I would put King of the Ring and Queen of the Ring in between there and let them battle it out for that. And you can have a new thing going with that. And then, of course, after Money in the Bank, SummerSlam is the next thing, and it's August 5th. That's another month in between
July 1st and August 5th. Is another month and a few days for them to prepare for SummerSlam, and that's a big marquee match. So we'll just have to wait and see how all this is going to play out. I am getting ready to go because I'm tired. I still have to get my podcast up and recorded. But y'all make sure y'all come back over here tomorrow and we will talk about NXT like we always do and have a good time talking about the show. So I hope y'all enjoyed this show. I appreciate y'all for coming. Thank you for all my top commenters of the day. I appreciate y'all coming in early. I apologize for not doing commentary this week, but I had a very, very long day and I was tired. I just didn't have the energy for it. But I promise y'all next week, everything should and will be back to normal. So I'm going to go. Y'all enjoy the rest of the show. Okay. Y'all make sure y'all do me a solid and rate, comment, and subscribe. For those of you listening in the playback, it really helps. When my subscriber count goes up, I can put more focus into the show and I can give you guys a better product because I'll be getting compensated for it. And with all that being said, thank y'all. I love y'all, and I will see y'all tomorrow. Thank y'all so much for being here, and I appreciate every single one of you guys for being a part of my show. Please be sure to check out my wrestling podcast, Down for the Count, with my girls, and of course, the personal podcast with the entertainment, pop culture, and news called the KTT podcast. Like I said before, we have pop culture that we just love to talk about. Okay, pop culture includes any and all celebrity news. I have the Red Rum True Crime series where I talk about all of the stories in the news that have to do with murder and anything very, very high profile in terms of murder. And of course, we have Am I the Asshole Fridays and Twitter stories. That includes my personal recap of the SBC chat and of course, some Reddit Am I the Asshole stories that need my advice, honey, because I just love to talk. So, if you love me, please do me a favor, run on over there and follow both of my podcasts, because the wrestling podcast is where it's at when it comes to the wrestling. The girls always got it handled on that front, but y'all, my other podcast is my personal baby, and I really want it to pop off. So go over there and follow both of them. They're both available on Spotify, and don't forget to rate, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you guys in our next one. Bye.